Good morning, students. We have already learned about present tense and past tense in the previous videos. So today we are going to learn about future tense. So what all we are going to cover today? Today I will discuss simple future tense and I will tell you about will and going to. What is the difference between will and going to? So let's start with simple future tense. In simple future tense, to make affirmative sentence, we make use of will or shall and then base form of verb. Please note that shall is nowadays obsolete. Obsolete means it is not being used too often and it is not a mandate to use it always with I or we. So let's take an example of this affirmative sentence. I will go to Thailand. So here I am making use of will and first form of verb to depict or to tell something about future. Now, in order to make negative sentence, we make use of will not or the contracted form of will not is won't. So we can make use of either of these. And then again, base form of verb. Here again, you need to remember one thing, that whenever you have to make a negative sentence, then in such sentences where we have more than one verb, not is always used after the first verb, right? So that is why here also, when I am making a negative sentence, my sentence is like this: I will not go to Thailand. I have used not after will, and then I have used base form of verb. In simple future, will is our helping verb. So in order to make interrogative sentences, our question statement will start with will, then subject, and then base form of verb. Will you go to Thailand? So this is how we can make interrogative. Now, what are the conditions where we use simple future tense? It is used to talk about the actions which are decided at the time of speaking, right? So at the time when you are speaking and you have decided something, we make use of will. For example, I have a toothache, I will take a medicine. So this thing I have decided when I was speaking, when I was telling about my toothache. So at that time only I decided to take a medicine. It is also used to talk about future in general way. Means we are not talking about any fact, we are not talking about any truth or any scientifically proven fact. We are just passing a simple statement about future. For example, heavy monsoon will affect rail traffic. So I have not made any prediction or I am not doing any analysis. This is just a normal statement which I am passing. It is used to offer, agree, or promise to do something. For example, I promise I won't tell this to anyone. And at last, it is used for unpreventable actions. Unpreventable actions means unavoidable actions, those situations which are unavoidable. For example, summer will come soon. So let's take this situation. For example, I'm talking about March, right? And this year March is very hot. So on the basis of this weather condition in March, I have analyzed, I have observed, or I have made my opinion that definitely April is going to be hotter than March, right? When already it is hot in March, then April will definitely be hotter. So this is a prediction, or this is something which is unavoidable. So that kind of statement I am passing about future. So there also we make use of simple future tense. Let's have a look at few more examples. You are getting late, I will drop you at the bus stop. It's a general statement. When will supper be ready? It's a question that I am asking. Will you buy me this dress, mother? She will not work for free. In my opinion, or as per my experiences, this is a statement that I am passing, that she will not work for free. Now, very important thing, that in order to talk about future, we sometimes also make use of simple present tense, right? How we depict future with the help of simple present form of verb? Let's have a look at few examples. The plane leaves in 10 minutes. Here I am using first form of verb. So it means, and I have added S or ES with the verb. So it means this is in simple present tense. So this sentence means that the plane will leave in 10 minutes. So this can be rewritten like this also. So I'm talking about future, right? But I am using simple present form of verb. So please note here that simple present form of verb is used when you are talking about a timetable or a schedule, means something which has already been decided, or a timetable which has been given to us or shared with us, on the basis of which if I'm passing some statements, I can make use of simple present tense. The plane arrives at 6:30 tomorrow. Again, this is a fixed schedule, right? That the plane will arrive at 6:30 tomorrow. Again, here I am making use of simple present form of verb. Next Monday at 11 a.m., there is an English exam. So is here depicts simple present. And with this sentence, I mean to say that next Monday at 11 a.m., there will be an English exam. The tournament begins next week. So again, I'm talking about future, but I have made use of first form of verb, begins. So this sentence means that the tournament will begin next week. So it is already scheduled. Things are decided. So as per that, I am making use of simple present tense to depict this future. Now we can also sometimes make use of present continuous to talk about future, right? For instance, where, first of all, let's understand where we what are the situations where we can make use of present continuous. It is used to talk about arrangements for events at a time later than now. Means something or any event which is planned for future and you have already made arrangements for that. So there we make use of present continuous. Now when I talk about arrangements, then in this case, about these arrangements, more than one person is aware, right? So the arrangements which I'm talking about, which will happen in future, or the things that will happen in future, about that event, more than one person is aware of. And some preparation has already happened, and I have already planned the things for that event which is going to happen in future. There we make use of present continuous tense. For example, I am meeting Jim at the airport. So here am meeting is depicting present continuous. So it means what, that I have already spoken to Jim and I have already planned my day accordingly, that how I will reach there and for how much time I will be there. So I have planned everything. So this is to be this event will happen in future, right? So and arrangements have already been made. So there I am making use of present continuous tense. I am leaving tomorrow. Again, the things have been planned and all the arrangements have been done. So I'm making use of present continuous. We are having a staff meeting next Wednesday. So I'm talking about future. So for this staff meeting, we have already informed all the staff members who are supposed to be part of that this meeting, and whatever other arrangements required have already been made. So there we make use of present continuous. It means it is scheduled. There is no change. Now, very important, what is the difference between will and going to? Will is used to express future actions decided at the moment of speaking. This we have already seen earlier also, that when you are talking about something which you have decided at the time of speaking, there we make use of will. For example, I will have salad now. So it means I've decided it right now that I am going to have salad. But unlike will, going to is used to express future plans decided before the moment of speaking. Means here it is an immediate decision. Here it is a pre-planned decision. For example, I am going to visit my aunt next Friday. So I have pre-planned about it. I have informed my aunt. I have done all the required arrangements. So this is pre-planned. Will is used to express a prediction based on personal opinions or experiences. So based upon my experiences, it is completely based upon my opinion. So when I'm passing any statement based upon my opinion or my experiences, I make use of will. For example, I think United will win the game. Here, United is a team. So based upon my experiences or looking at their way of playing, this is my opinion that United team will win the game. So unlike this, going to is used to express a prediction based on present evidence, right? So here we are not making a prediction on the basis of my opinion or experiences. I'm making prediction on the basis of the current situation. Present evidence means current situation. For example, look at those black clouds. It is going to rain. So it is based upon this statement. This condition which I am telling you is based upon this situation. That right now I can see black clouds in the sky. So on the basis of this, I have passed a statement that it is going to rain. Now, will is also used to express a future fact, something which is unchanged, which is scientifically proven. For example, the sun will rise tomorrow. So this is unchanged. Going to is used to express that something is about to happen. It is not a fact. It is not a situation which is scientifically proven. It's like on the basis of the current situation, I am passing this statement that because of this, this event is or this action is going to happen. For example, get back, the bomb is going to explode. So on the basis of the current situation, I can say that the bomb is about to explode. So here I am using going to. Now this will and going to can both be used for making future predictions without having a real difference in meaning. Means you can make use of both for making future predictions. So it will not be wrong if you're making use of will or going to. For example, I think it will be foggy tomorrow, or I think it is going to be foggy tomorrow. It is a future prediction, right? I'm not sure it will be or it will happen, but it is a future prediction that I have made. So this is all for today. Go through the tense charts which I have shared with you weeks back, and I will meet with you again with the next video, wherein I will discuss more about future tense. Thank you.